What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Soxy Jordan. I'm here joined by Cozy.
All right, bro. Oh, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? So we got Cozy joining us here today. We're gonna be doing the player survey. Figured it would be a little bit more enthralling than the typical player survey videos we do if we have a guest here just to kind of banter with and bounce some ideas off of, especially when we get to the end portion with the free response where we can shit on all the things that Omatsu's been saying, for or been not doing in game for the last year now. So let's
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and get started. First part here is going to be a little bit boring, just because they go over all the campaign details and
Non-binary,
stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, bro, run it up, run it up.
2026.
Does
I mean,
does it? Does,
Japan, I don't
yeah, bro. On Diddy, right?
yeah, Japan, they see non-binary that might not even look, so
Oh, is that a thing? Yo,
they're not really tapped in.
not top 10 is
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah. I feel you. I
All
feel
right,
you. That's funny.
30 to
Okay.
44.
So yeah, honestly, I'm not really too stoked on the first half of these surveys. I hate that the first half of these surveys is always just like a million questions about all the social media and all of the like advertising they've done for the celebrations. And then they give like one little bit at the end that's like the actual stuff that matters about the game. Kind of dumb.
Yeah, I only selected the live broadcast because that's way too much to be selected.
That's what I'm saying. Like all of this
All
stuff.
the teasers, even the web commercials.
Yeah,
I did not
it's
see
just
that.
a lot. It's just a lot.
Hmm.
Um okay. Do,
Again,
do, do.
literally the same thing.
Yeah, and then they just make you repeat it. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, the My Video Maker thing. I mean,
Did you do that?
no, I didn't bother with it.
I had my fun with it. Only for
Yeah,
part one though, because
was it fun?
it was so
Like,
dead. It was so part one was so dead. It was dead as fun, yo.
yeah, okay. This was
It
because it was
was like
content, right? Because it was content. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, so stupid, bro. Oh my god. Okay. The character, blah 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 blah. Yeah. I saw this, didn't participate. Saw this, didn't participate. Saw this, didn't participate. Which GG me for this one.
This was the worst thing ever. Oh my god,
Okay, and then the
having to
raffle.
repost
Oh
every
yeah,
day.
this one with all the reposts. Yeah, that was.
Hmm.
It's kind of glad I didn't participate in that. I didn't bother all my Twitter followers with that shit.
Yeah, I didn't win anything on the raffle. Did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't win anything in the raffle
I
either.
didn't. I didn't wail enough.
Yeah. Okay. Reason why? Oh, I didn't realize this is in here. This is actually good. So if
Yeah,
you
this is
haven't
this is
participated in
because
any of it,
you selected no to everything.
oh, I guess that's fair. It's like a dynamic survey, so it'll give you different responses
Yeah.
based on like what you choose. Okay, that's cool. So let's see. The participation procedure was difficult to understand. I don't usually check social media. I was aware of the campaigns, but I wasn't interested in doing any. I mean, can I click this 7 fucking times, please? Okay. Wasn't aware. Didn't find the rewards appealing. Other. I mean, others. Oh, you can check multiple. Okay. What else should I say for other? Like, um, I prefer to play Dokkan side Dokkan, not on social media. Cool. Think they'll understand that? I think that's pretty clear. Okay. Um, is that a fair take? Like, all right. Um, in-app giveaway campaign. Oh my goodness. Well, okay.
Bro.
But I did. There weren't. Which one of those were in-app? None of those were in-app. That's really funny considering what I just said, right? Okay. You know,
Because
fine.
I was not playing the game.
Genuinely, I'll say this. Yeah, I was not playing at all. Surely that's the answer. I'm just gonna say this because like Dragon Ball fans don't read, right? Expecting me to read some type of a news post when we got all this limited content that's disappearing, and I gotta just every day lock in, make sure I'm getting the challenge content completed, make sure I'm getting the EX missions done, so I get my limited time titles, my limitedly available support memories that are busted as heck, and then you want me to pay attention to this stuff too? Like, I'm not paying attention.
Pop off, bro. Pop off.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. All right.
I did not with this.
Oh yeah, you did submit for them though, right? On the JP
Of
version?
course. JP and Global both. Yeah, no,
Bro, this
unlucky.
cheeky guy, bro, this cheeky guy. For those of you that don't know, Cozy is currently living in Japan, and has access to both a global and JP account. So he literally can double dip on all these kinds of campaign rewards based on his location
Hmm.
and the accounts he's got access to. So that is sick.
Thank you. I love how half of the survey is like not even Dokkan related, like in-game stuff.
It really
It's
isn't. Okay, here we go. This is some real stuff. All right, what do we think? What do we think? 11th anniversary campaign as a whole.
I
Hmm.
was somewhat dissatisfied. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with it too. I feel that's fair. Okay, characters' abilities. So new characters and newly easy aid characters. Honestly, I'm gonna say satisfied. I think they did a decent
I
enough
was
job.
satisfied. Yeah.
I think they did a decent enough job. I personally am not a huge fan of the EX super mechanic. I don't like the whole RNG aspect of it. It just doesn't feel as fun.
Mm.
I wish that it were more like the way that they do the rest of things in Dokkan, where it's like conditions to proc it. But if you get those conditions, then you get the proc, right? Rather than like
Yep.
getting the conditions and then still just having a chance to proc, just feels really bad. But other than that, it felt like all the kits were pretty well designed and stuff. So I'm not mad at
Is
it.
it scary? Because once the units age out, it's literally going to be they proc the EX, they're okay. They don't proc it, they suck.
Right,
That's
exactly.
annoying.
Right, right. The fact that yeah, because in order to make it feel like a real mechanic that makes any like impact on the game, it had to be
Hmm.
strong with impact. But then yeah, that's the result is that and it feels like the characters are missing a lot without it, right? Because the other side of the coin is they could have just made the EX Super not do much, and then it wouldn't matter if you get it or not. But then again, it doesn't matter if you get it or not. So now it's just like the mechanic might as well not exist. So yeah,
Sick.
it's tough. It's tough. Okay, amount of content. I think I might differ
I
from a
was
lot of the player
somewhat
base here.
satisfied.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna put satisfied here, I think, because I feel like a lot
Yep.
of people were complaining about the quote unquote lack of content, but I personally couldn't even keep up with what everything that was being released into the
Yeah,
game.
they do count the red zones, the
I mean,
revamped red zones.
right, and this is to consider I finished all of the red zones and Supreme Magnificent Battles before the countdown celebration was over. And then I still
Yeah,
couldn't keep up with all the content that was being released, just because they had a lot of challenge content going, right? So I guess
no issue.
I'll say somewhat satisfied because as far as challenge content goes, it felt like there was more than enough. But they did pull back on some of the more like farmable, grindable things, right? Because we didn't have like the training in the clouds and whatever else. Um, so
Oh,
the other
so
things that you're
sad.
grinding outside of like the challenge content, right? It felt like it was pretty much just the Whis event.
It was, yeah, especially
Um,
part one.
yeah. Okay, so event difficulty. I mean, I'm satisfied with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Especially part two. Very satisfied.
yeah, yeah. We had I mean, like the Jiren fight was good. The players' choice battles were much better than the last players' choice battle we had. I want to
Yep,
say it released
that's
in
true.
GDC. We had like the GT Heroes themed players' choice battle, and it was just like piss easy.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm glad that these were at least like fun fights, that a little bit of challenge, but okay, event frequency. So how often they were dropping content?
Yeah, dissatisfied.
Okay,
Totally dissatisfied.
what's your take on that?
My take is that they chose instead of releasing like they did at the end of part two. When they released the Red Zone Kais, the greatest tours.
Right.
It was 2 to 3 days later. Whereas in part one and part two, at the start of part two, it was on this content drop, and the next content drop is in one whole week. And you clear every content, like all the content was clearable in a couple of hours. So in one day, you clear everything. It's not repeatable, and you have to wait a whole week for anything new.
Right. Okay.
I
Okay.
just I just didn't like that.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty common take for the community. I'm willing to put dissatisfied on behalf of the community because I know for like the greater player base that is typically their take, right? Is that they would rather have the content split to be dispersed like every couple of days so that there's always it
Yeah,
feels like there's
that's
like
what I do
always new
prefer as
things
well.
coming. Yeah. I personally don't really care between the two because like I'm playing Dokkan no matter what, whether there's like new things to drop or not. And as long as by the end of the celebration they give me the amount of free to play dragon stones that I should be getting, then it doesn't really matter when the content drops
Mm,
to me. Um, but I get that that's just like a whale problem because I'm always playing the game versus like it is a valid point. It is a valid point. So
yeah.
okay. Let's see. Thoughts on the in-game animations? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't care about animations basically at all. But I guess from an
Yeah, I barely look
objective,
at him as well.
yeah, like if I had the option to add more animation skips, I would. you know, like I genuinely don't
Yeah,
care about
there was
animations.
a Behold, Rat Hold, he
Yes.
said, I think it was him or you. I just don't remember. Kind of
Mhm.
dumb. They said combo like additional supers should be skippable and it should just show the damage dealt.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I said this. So I said it should be a
Yeah,
thing where
such a good
like
idea.
the way that AoEs work, where when you proc you see the animation for the first attack, and then each subsequent attack that hits another enemy, you just get that little final flash of it, and it's just a second. It should be like that for additional supers. So when you do a super attack, and then when you do an additional, that's the exact same attack again. So it'd work a little different for LRs, right? Because you would first have to show the animation of the 18 key, then you'd have to show the animation
Yep.
for the 12 key, and then any subsequent 12 keys you got after that would just be that hit again. That would just show you the damage over and over until you're done doing
Agree.
attacks. Yeah, that would be a really big time save. I think that that's a good idea. Um, but yeah, I mean, I would say this is actually a really funny take. I felt they were strongly based on the original anime when we have like animations from the Moro arc.
Yeah.
This doesn't even exist.
I think you're the only one who chose this. Like, if you're choosing
Yeah,
this,
no, I'm just reading
you're the
through,
only
but I
one.
was just pointing out. I think that's
Okay.
funny. Disappointed by their difference from the original anime, impressed by their freshness compared to the original.
Yeah, that's what I chose. Yeah.
That yes, because of
Yeah,
again the
it
fact that we
was.
got the stuff for like from the Moro arc is really cool. Um, yeah, definitely. Okay, okay. Do we need to write about
Yeah, skip that.
animations? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Yeah,
yeah, no.
okay, hold on though. Hold on though. I'm gonna say I like that you can skip X for attack animations, right? Where I'm going with this?
I mean,
Dislike. uh
not skip,
dislike.
but like, make them faster now.
I mean, it's called an EX super attack skip. Like that's what the button is called in game, so
Mm.
I'm just going with that because of the in-game verbiage. When you have to watch a bunch of attack, I should say additional. A bunch of There we go. That kind of goes along the lines of what we just ranted about, right?
Yep.
Okay. Share your thoughts on everyday play and experience. Okay, cool. So no longer
Oh,
about the anniversary and now just onto the juicy stuff. Oh man, there is a buzz number on screen, 2000. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So please select choice closest thoughts on the rank limit increase. Okay. New goal motivating me to play. Feels difficult to reach. Preferred the previous limit, have no thoughts. Okay. I like obviously it's a good new goal. Anytime they can add new ways to extend the lifespan of playability in the game is a good thing. Definitely. And if you disagree, you're wrong. Like if you pick this, you should they delete the app? I think so. Um I don't think that that's I don't think that that's ever good for the health of the game to just create maximums on any grinds, right? Okay.
yeah,
Um
it was ranked 99 for way too long. It was time for a change.
yeah, it's been time for years, right? This part is very very interesting to me though. I do like this because obviously since the day that the rank 2000 update got announced, people have been talking about okay, what about rank 3000? What about rank 9999, right? Like obviously there has to be something coming for that. And the biggest meme is like, great, we just wait 11 more years and then they'll add another one, right? Like how they've added the first increase so long after the start of the game. But it seems like it's something on their mind of potentially doing this at some point in the future. So we've got a couple options here. Um, we can either request for it to be increased as soon as possible, um, steady increases periodically once every 1 or 2 years, satisfied with the current schedule, which means one increase every 11 years. Think it should not be increased further, and no thoughts. So the obvious thing is between these two. What are your take between these two up here?
It shows I would like the limit to be increased periodically, once every 1 to 2
Periodically.
years, which I think 1 year to 2 years should be the time where most small-time grinders and casual players, thanks to the Dokkan Day, can achieve rank 2000.
Yeah. No, that's
Because
absolutely
if
fair.
it is if we choose to increase it to 3000 as soon as possible, let's say they do a GDC, it would just be way too much. The gap between players, there's a lot of players that are still now ranked 999,
Right, right,
and that
right.
would be too fast.
Yeah. This would give like those select few players that are grinding really hard, like me and you, the ability to just like blow everyone else out of the water and really high ranks. But then most of the community would probably be not even tuned in to like, if they do like a rank
Yeah.
3000 celebration, no one's even gonna care because no one's even at, like you said, a ton of people not even at rank 999 yet, right? So I guess that's fair. Um, for me, like I want to click this just because like I don't like. Hmm. I guess
I want to wait.
it makes more sense. It makes more sense if they limit it. Just because then you're like the way that we had the big hype level of competition around there was like a lot of buzz around rank 2000. You can repeat that a lot of times if you're just increasing by 1,000 every year. Whereas if you do it once, then the hype dies and then it's gone forever. Right. And then
Yep.
you're going to have another little resurgence of hype once the first few players start to reach that absolute max rank, and then no one's going to care again. And then now it's just a dead grind like rank 999.
Yeah, and I
So
fear that if we choose that one, I would like to limit to the limit to be increased over 2000 as soon as possible. They would do like some random bullshit where they would just up it to the max like 9999, you know?
right. Right.
I want it to be steadily increased 1000 per thousand,
Yeah.
and
I
that
think
would
that that's
be, I
fair.
think, healthier for the game as well.
Yeah. The other thing to mention about this is the um the rank rewards, right? They
It's right after that.
Yeah, so like they're going to adjust the rewards that you earn from it based on what they're giving us and when. If they like guaranteed the way that we're earning like dragon stones and meat and stuff all the way up, the rewards would be worse if they just gave us all the way to 9999 right now, because then they have to factor in that one player that decides to grind super hard and get it all overnight. Then they just get this big massive bulk of rewards, right? And they can't do that, so it is kind of better for them
Mhm.
to spread it out a little bit, right? That way they have more incentive to give us those rewards over time.
They have
um,
longer time to think about it. Yep.
yeah, instead of for the players that go slow at it just feeling like, well, I didn't really get any rewards anyway because they nerfed the shit out of it since it's all available at once. Which is kind of how like the whole maxing out the stamina cap at 1530 just felt like a weird decision, especially because of how many years they waited to add this rank increase anyway.
Yeah.
Like if that was really where they were going with that, and they were thinking, oh, it's OP for whatever metrics they're measuring by for people to have more than 462 stamina right now, so we're gonna cap it at 1530. Then they should have only released to rank 1500. Why did they release to rank 2000? Because you get nothing from 1500 to 2000, right? And I want to avoid them doing that
Exactly.
for the future ranks. So, um,
I do hope stamina keeps getting increased per rank update for sure,
right. But it's like, what if it just
because that
goes
was the main incentive.
exactly right? What if they release to rank 2000 and then or to rank 3000 and then the new stamina cap is at 2530. So they do the exact same process again, you know? So it's just like 500 ranks of
But
gaining something for
but
worth
from
something.
1530 to 2000, they wouldn't do
Then you just get
anything,
nothing.
right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
they could do that, but
500 ranks of nothingness
yeah, like
per
500
thousand.
ranks of
Yeah.
like gold and then
I
500
mean,
ranks
hey,
of dirt.
hey, I do say if that means that afterwards you do get extra stamina, I would grind the 500 ranks.
I mean,
They don't give you
yeah,
stamina from 1530 to 2000, but starting from 2010 or 2000 whatever, they do
yeah,
give you
yeah,
stamina. No,
yeah. I guess
I'm
that's
not opposed
fair.
to that.
Like, right, right, right. Yeah. So
It
we'll see.
would also make them give you less stamina, so they don't have to up the stamina cost of every stage.
Yeah, right. And
OP.
like, yeah, like I just think it was weird that they did that to begin with. They should have just spread it out to make it more incremental so that you're gaining the stamina over the course of the whole 2000 ranks. But I don't know. Yeah, like maybe they have it in their head that like once you're the max rank you don't need to play anymore. So if we make it so that you have to get all the way to the max rank to earn the stamina, then you don't really need it by the point you're there. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it was a weird decision to do the whole 1530 thing, but okay, let's go ahead and move on from this one. Oh well, I guess we're not moving on. There's
Yeah.
more. Okay. So our choices on thoughts with the rank limit increase rewards. Okay, and we can only pick one. Okay, I see. I see. Um, hmm. I mean, we love titles. I like titles. I don't. The thing is, picking this. This is bait. Chatters beware. This is not what you pick. If you say that you want more dragon stones as a rank reward, then they're just going to keep the same total amount of free to play dragon stones they're giving you within a given celebration, and then they're just going to shift them from earning them in one place to earning them here. So you're not ever going to get more dragon stones out of Bandai Namco by saying you want more dragon stones. It's just not going to happen. They're going to make it feel like you're getting more, but it's because they're going to take them away from something else that you didn't realize happened. So I don't think that this is a smart choice. Um, what do you think? What did you pick here on your survey?
I personally picked the special characters as rewards.
I think this is
'Cause
fair.
I feel like it would be fun for the first person. That is the thing. What I would prefer is that they have the reward available right away when the rank update happens, so that you're the first person to achieve max rank and you can play that character. I feel like that would be sick.
Absolutely, yeah. I think this is cool from one aspect. So, okay, I've talked about this before that I'm not a fan of exclusive content, exclusive characters, right? Like the Arale situation feels bad. There's some people that have it and some people that can never get it. That sucks. That's dumb, right? The 50% support units, the type supports. It's dumb. There's some people who have been playing the game for like 3 years now that have just never had the opportunity to summon for them a single time. So you just can't get them, right? Heroes. That's an unfortunate case and not really Dokkan's fault, but we, they're just exclusive units that you can't get anymore, right? That's always a feels bad. However, something where you just have to work hard enough to get to your goal, that's not really a feels bad. The 1,000 day Goku, that sucks because it doesn't matter how hard you grind this game, how much money you put into this game or whatever, you're still gated by 1,000 days. So that's a feels bad because there's really nothing you can do to get yourself there. But when it's a rank reward, okay, if you want the character, then get your butt in gear and play the game, grind it, and you'll earn it, right? So I feel like this is that's a totally fair take. And then it would also feel more fair because sometimes what people mention is like we have this issue with the Ultimate Clash LRs and like the World Tournament LRs, right? That it's like by the time people earn them, by the time people get the currencies in game to be able to max these characters out, they've already aged out of the meta, and so they're not really usable anymore.
Yep.
Um, and so again, that
That's what's gonna happen with the 3000, like 2000. I mean 4000 day Goku, but the 2000 days EZA, like super EZA,
exactly right. Yep, totally.
is gonna be aged out.
Yeah, and I think they did a decent job with that. That you only need to have him you only need to be logged in 2,000 days in order to get the EZA. Um, that was definitely a good idea. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more players that are going to be able to take advantage of that. But again, still a massive majority of the player base is never going to see that guy in his meta lifetime in the game, right? So yeah. Um, but yeah, for this one, it's more in your hands. If you want to be able to use the character with its busted kit right when they release it, then grind the game hard and get there, and you can do it. So yeah, I think that that is totally fair. And honestly, after this brief discussion here, I think I'm actually going to choose this instead of the unique titles. Because I did have some of those counterpoints that I was thinking about with the whole exclusive character thing. So initially, my mindset was to not choose this. But in talking myself through it, I think this sounds like a good idea. So Okay. Um. Hmm. Oh man, is there a bubble where I can just put a gun to Amatsu's head? Where's that one? How do I pick that one? This is the singular worst idea that they've ever had.
Yeah.
Um. I mean, you agree, right?
They
I assume.
removed the only good part of the anniversary. I'm gonna keep it a buck. What
Yeah.
made the end of the anniversary all right, they removed it. And I was like, what?
Yeah. So yeah, not only was it like the most fun and engaging part of the entire anniversary, right? And I assume you're referring to like the greatest tours part 2 with the Jiren fight and stuff, right? Like
Yep.
and,
Oh,
and
that fight was so good.
yeah, and by extension the player's choice battle. I think that those fights were pretty fun too. Um
Yep. And the red zone Kais are also leaving. Like they're
yeah,
limited.
the Red Zone Kais as well. Yeah. So not
Yeah.
only was all of that content limited, it was also only there for like 0.2 seconds, because of the fact that
Yep.
they released it so late in the celebration. Like, I just don't know what they were thinking with that. That's such a bad idea. That was
It
never the
is.
option. Yeah. So, okay, let's read through our options here. I felt fatigued due to the pressure of having to clear them within the available period. As long as their difficulty level allows for them to be cleared with the available period, I don't mind them being time limited. I like to work on my strategies at my own pace, so I like it when they're available at all times. Their clear availability period gave me motivation to focus and work on my strategy. Okay, so I am torn between these two here. So feeling fatigued between
Yeah.
the pressure and then liking to work on my strategies at my own pace. So I think that this is a more important point, because feeling fatigued from the pressure of having to like log in and get the content done and stuff, especially me, someone that's like heavily playing two versions of the game, and I'm trying to create content for this stuff, right? And I care about the account completion aspect of things. I definitely felt this fatigue, and I think that this is the most important thing to not push on the player base, is like that fatigue level. That's something that I think is going to deter a lot of players from enjoyment rather than promote. Um, so I think that this is a really good point. However, I feel like if I choose this, this is me telling them, give us more time before it goes away, rather than this just straight up saying, don't ever make it go away. Just have it always be available. Right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's the one I picked right there.
This one here. Okay. All right. We'll go with this one for
Hmm.
now. Okay.
Web
The
store.
web
Yeah, they're gonna
store.
ask a couple of web store
Mm,
questions.
okay, okay, okay. So I have
Interesting.
used the web store. Yes. Okay. Yes, I have claimed the free gifts. I have entered the promo codes and I purchased stuff. All right, let's go in. I'm fine spending some time. This is one of those like external game promotion things that I'm fine spending a little bit of time with, because it's like it's it's a resource for the players, right? And especially for spending players, it actually is a a lot of times there's really good deals in there. I guess depending what country you're in, I suppose, right? Um,
Exactly. Hmm.
little bit of issues there, but hey, over here in the USA, we're chilling, we're balling. Web stores peak. Okay. So let's see. Please let us know all that apply, the reasons why you purchase Dragonstones from the web store. Um, they can be purchased as soon as you input a promotion code. Eh? If you're inputting a promotion code, would you not? You wouldn't be purchasing. Am I tripping? Am I not understanding what that means?
Yeah, I've never used a promotion code to purchase.
Oh, it's not talking about like the free gift codes. This is something else.
They can maybe be. I don't know. It would be a gift, would not be a purchase. Yeah,
Right.
I
That's
don't. I have no idea.
I
This might be worded very badly. I did not
yeah,
select that
that
one.
might be like, yeah, some translation error issues. Okay. Uh okay, so I could not buy Dragonstones in game anymore. Yeah, I'm not wailing that hard. Okay, here we go. I can get better deals than
There.
in game. That's definitely a good pick. And then it's more practical use because it allows me to purchase more in bulk compared to in game. I mean, that is true, but like I'm not taking advantage of something like that. It doesn't take me that long to buy stones. If I do so. And then the payment method I used. Yeah, okay. I think this is really the most important thing, is that I can get better deals than in game, right? That's
That's the main reason you use the web store. Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna say other. I'm also gonna put free stones available time to time. I think this is kind of what it's insinuating with this first bullet point here, but I'm not really sure, so I'm just gonna write it there instead.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, all right, we have arrived. Oh, time for the
Oof.
knuckle crack. Okay, so this is the real reason why we've got a friend in here today, so that we can brainstorm some ideas, because we definitely want to give them our best feedback here, right? This is all you guys as well. This is your opportunity to let them know how they're messing up and what they're doing great, um things you want to see and whatnot,
About
right?
the 11th anniversary, about the game problems,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, outside of Dokkan, live streams, Twitter, anything.
Yep, absolutely anything and everything related to Dokkan. And we have seen, due to some evidence in the past, that they do pay attention to these. They have listened to player feedback. They have talked about on live streams that they know that players are complaining about certain said things, and that they're working to implement changes and stuff. Around the time that they were doing the whole Dokkan 2 updates, they did talk about a lot of stuff related to that, and then they showed us by updating stuff in game that were directly things that players wanted, right? Okay, so I want to kick us off here, and the very first thing I want to talk about is the friend system. So we did already get our fix, quote unquote, fix to the friend system, right? Where now you can duplicate your friend lead. And that was based on survey advice over the years, where people were saying dupe your friend lead, dupe your friend lead, dupe your friend lead. And so they added that feature. But they didn't quite understand what we actually wanted, which was to not have to select a friend lead, right? Like, obviously there's the big pain point that, like, the truth specifically complains about, where he wants to be able to use his own leader because he cannot find a unit that's as good on the friends list, and for certain more niche Dokkan Fest releases, you just can't find them at all on the friends list. So being able to dupe your own lead means that, at least if you have spent money on a character and you want to run their team, then 100% of the time you will be able to do so because you can use your friend lead. But this does not help grinders, right? Because we still have to it doesn't automatically set that dupe lead, which means if we are trying to grind a stage over and over and over again, using Piccolo Jr. as your leader on Dokkan Day, none of the units on your team are on Piccolo Jr.'s leader skill, and then you've got some random friend lead that's procking, uh, then that doesn't really work for grinders, because we still have to manually select our friend lead every time, right? So, let's think of a very concise way to kind of say what we're trying to say about this here. Maybe like, um,
Uh,
keep dupe leader automatically selected.
yes, duplicate and lock the leader, the friend leader, I guess.
Yeah, I like
To
I like the
not be
term lock, the terminology
reselected.
lock. Yeah, like lock. Uh,
More like locked. Keep.
yeah. So lock dupe. Hmm.
I mean, you can be more like you can be more expressive for sure. Doesn't have to be bullet points.
Of course, of course. I kind of want to keep it to bullet points. I feel like it's a little more concise to read, especially if the person that's going to be reading this doesn't primarily speak English. Um, that
Yep.
might also help. Let's see. Toggle for duplicate friend lead to be permanently selected. How about that? I feel like that
It's not
works.
bad, no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into the list you send me. We'll start with the first bullet point on yours. So, allow players to train Z Awaken Dokkan Awaken characters in one step. Um, okay, yeah. You want to talk a little bit about this? Just your thinking on this and stuff.
Well, it might not be for everyone, but you would know what it's like to farm a character over and over again with the Herculean Boot healing level, for example. When
Right.
you farm hundreds at once and you have to do them one by one, you have to get the character, lock them, you have to train them, Z awaken them, train them, Dokkan awaken them, and sometimes train them or not. And there's like 4 or 5 steps to the character. And it would be nicer if we could, for example, do that in one go, or even better, select how many of the same characters you want. You could select 20, 50 characters, 50 Herculean boos, and Dokkan awake them all in one go and save me hours.
Right.
And
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah. No,
it's kind of niche, you know. I don't not really a lot of people do that, but it would save a lot of hours for like the power level grinders for sure.
right. And that is a really good point to bring up, is that it is kind of niche. Just from the aspect of like being able to farm the same character over and over and over again and being able to like farm all of them at once seems a little bit of an unrealistic ask, just because like we already know they're not even close to the mindset of like trying to set this game up for the major grinders. They're really setting it up for free to play players to be friendly for them and for like newer players getting into the game. And it's true that if you're brand new to the game and you got to farm up, all of the new characters that you're getting, you're still going to struggle with this, right? So like I think it's a realistic ask to say, get my level 1 SSR character all the way up to level 10, like SA10, level 120, all the way up to the Dokkan Awakened state, max trained with one click. That feels fair, right?
Mhm.
To be able
Yep.
to set that up and to be able to do that for every character. I think it feels a little bit egregious to stretch further and say, let me select 50 of the same character and then do that thing for them all in one click. I think, unfortunately, for us heavy grinders, that's going to be 50 clicks. But right now, it's like 2,500 clicks. That's the real problem, right? So
Yep.
yeah, I like the first part of the focus here about just being able to mass like train. So I'm gonna say consolidate the training and awakening process, making it quicker and easier to level up your unit. I guess we'll start with that. And then when they implement it in game, they'll do it wrong, and then we'll all complain about it with whatever fix it needs, and then it'll be the first bullet point, just like this one is now, right? Fair enough. that's
They will fail it.
that's yeah. I'm sure they will without like the guided, but unless I'm going to spend 5,000 characters available here just ranting to them about exactly how to go about that, then they're gonna have to do some of the development on their own, right? Um, Okay. So the next bullet point that I want to put is about Ultimate Clash. This is something I've been putting in basically every single player survey since Ultimate Clash released, which is they need to make it so that you can build your teams in game before going into the event. It is so tedious to have to uh just go in with a wall of characters and then try and remember what team builds you used. Because the thing is,
Oh,
there's
you are so right. Oh my God.
yeah, it's so annoying, right? Like,
And the problem is they make you select 100, more than 100 characters, and you only use around 30 something.
right,
70
exactly. And
remaining.
yep,
It's
it's
useless.
exactly. So it's like the fact that like all of these extra characters are cluttering up the box. It's impossible to remember which teams you used. Which is why a lot of people still opt to use the type team strategy, because I mean, conveniently enough, you're going against singular bosses that are only one typing, so you can build teams that have full type advantage, so you can get away with having like those lower leader skills. But we have seen some of those really tough bosses over time, right? Like the Omega Shenron, that was the final boss in there at one point. There was a Fusion Zamasu that was a boss at one point. These bosses people were actually dying to and having to restart the event because they were using those type teams with 120 leads. I never died to those bosses because I figured out early on it's better to just build yourself category teams where you have 170 leader skills and then the event feels trivial. Um, so if they allowed you to pre-build those teams with like pre-built team slots before you actually go into the event, then everyone would be able to easily take advantage of building category teams, and it would fix the event a lot.
Yeah, like they build in the actual game mode the same type of in game, like you know when it shows our teams, it's like the rows of teams, team like
Exactly.
the different slots
Right. But
for
then it would
that
just
game
have
mode.
7
It would
slots
just
instead of
be seven.
6. Right.
Exactly.
Not 6 but 7. So 6 and then so 7.
And then seven.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
But yeah, the other thing I was going to mention about this, why this has actually gotten even worse recently, is because they have been uh, adding special editions of the Ultimate Clash that have various numbers of enemies. It's not just 10 enemies every single time now. So, like for instance, during the anniversary, we had a couple that had very few enemies. There was only 5 enemies to face, and they made it so that instead of selecting 112 characters, you were only selecting 35 characters. So, in order to change the total amount of characters you were allowed to bring, they wiped your selections, and you had to reselect all your teams. And then the same thing happened after the anniversary ended for the Ultimate Clash that we just got. Now you only have 35 characters selected, and you had to refill out all of it again. So it's like you can't even just sit
That
there with
actually
that
took me an
same.
egregious amount of time.
Yeah, it literally took me longer to build the teams
When
than it
new
did to clear the
characters
event.
release, you have to reselect all
Hmm.
your teams. You have to change your teams, update them, while you could just do it way easier.
Right. And it's like this stuff is obviously still going to be a problem when they add that, because you're going to have to readjust your lineups and stuff when new characters release, but it'll just be a little less painful with with the teams pre-built, right? Like it'll just take a little bit of that pain away. So, yeah, I think that that is something we definitely need. So, I'm going to say um add ability to rebuild build Ultimate Clash teams prior to one. Okay.
You mean every fight, right? Not the actual event, because I think that you're literally saying what's already in game.
Oh, maybe I should say. Okay, okay, okay. You're right. You're right. Add ability to rebuild. I'll say individual teams for Ultimate Clash instead of just choosing a big roster.
Yeah.
Is that more? Is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 All right. Okay. Let's see. So your next bullet point that you said is improve the Baba Shop selling system so R and SR units from friend summons can be sold much faster. Okay, that's a fair take. Do you have anything to add to that? It's pretty concise.
I mean, I think everyone's struggling from that, especially from the friend summons we've recently had, where each unit don't stack. There, you have to select them one by one, sell them for hours and hours, like just depending on how much box space do you have.
Right,
Well,
right.
you could just select select all R's, SR's, sell all, boom, or increase the cap past 99 at least. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Only being able to sell 99 at a time is kind of stupid too, huh? That is a little bit antiquated. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, I think it is more important to mention, right? Like being able to just do a select all would kind of I have enough faith in them that if they were to add a select all button, they would not continue to limit that to 99. Can you imagine if you went to go sell all and then it just selected the top 99 and then sold those ones and you had to keep collecting selecting sell all for your 99
surely
at a time? They would, yeah,
they're
right.
not that
Surely they would
dumb.
fix that without us having to explain it to them.
Surely.
Okay. So I'm just going to
Also,
say, okay, go ahead, go ahead.
no, you can start writing. You can start, but I have
Yeah.
another one that I just got in mind, which
Oh,
is
okay, okay.
increased support memory limit. Like you can buy way more than like what is it, 1,000 right now?
Yeah, 1,000 is the limit right now.
It needs to
I
be way more.
I I honestly disagree with that take. Um, just because, just because if they increase the amount that you can have at a time, it trivializes the because like, does that make sense?
You would just you would just have to buy it less. You still use the same amounts.
Well, okay, okay. Think about it from,
Unless you farm it, right?
but
I
again,
guess
you're an
on
end game
quest.
player. You're an end game player, right? Like we're end game players who have maxed out EZAs and things like that. We've got access to infinite Zenny and stuff. The average player doesn't have that. The average player is still working on their account. And what it's doing is it's incentivizing you to shift where you're playing in game. Because if you're just sitting there spamming challenge content all day and then you run out of reels and now you're struggling with the challenge content, it's incentivizing you to go grind characters and go grind events to earn dragon stones to be able to summon for new characters, in which you're going to earn back your support reels to then go take on challenge content. I think it's kind of a balanced system. I agree with you that it sucks. I wish it was just infinite. I wish you could just, whatever. But for me, it is essentially infinite because I can just buy as much of it as I want anyway. And that is the real highlight, right? Is that any of the types of players that are grinding heavily enough um to want the increase to it usually also have the currency to just buy more of it anyway, whereas like they want to keep that limit as an incentive for newer players to like balance the way they play in the game. That's just my take on it anyway. I could totally be
Yeah, I
wrong.
understand it. It's just a quality of life because, for example, even when story events come back through celebrations and you want to farm the new character when you're free to play or you're just starting, you have to buy for the bonus teams, bonus categories, the Android 18 fees.
Right.
It costs 120, which is let me do the math real quick. 1,000 divided by 120. It is you can only play the event 8 times before you have to buy 1,000 more bills.
I mean,
I feel like
yeah.
that's too little, but it is what it is. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, just realized I'd never even finished that one as we're talking about the next thing here. But yeah, like
the
so
ends as well because Baba Shop they you can even sell ends.
I mean, yeah. Well, not in the Baba shop, but like when
Good.
you're selling them, like for
Yeah,
Zenny, right? Um,
exactly.
yeah. But yeah, so I yeah, I hear you on that. It's a little bit of a hindrance. But here's another take for you. So you know how there's a give and take with these things, right? Like I was talking about before with the Dragonstone usage, right? If we ask for dragon stones as a reward for something, all they're going to do is take the stones from another place to feed them. So same idea. If we beg for the limit for the reels to be increased so that we can use more of the Android 18 fees over and over before we run out and more Oolong's wishes before we run out, then when they EZA them, they're going to make them less strong so that it compensates for how many in a row we can use without having to pay to refill them. So I think it's better if
It would
they
still cost the same. Oh no, I guess that you're right. No, never mind. I wasn't thinking about if you infinitely grind them, you would just stack up more for the
exactly,
play.
right. Yeah. So like um
Mm.
but yeah, so then it's better incentive for them to leave it at 1,000 because now they have more incentive to make those stronger because they're a more limited time thing for you to be able to use, right?
I do understand.
So yeah, I think it makes sense to leave them honestly. Um, but that's fine. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll just lock in my Falco.
no, you're good.
You know
You're
what?
good.
They should release another one and make it cost 200. How about that?
I mean, yeah, they should.
Why not?
They should. Yeah, make make
You know what? I'm
one
down for it.
make one that costs 1,000 and it costs your whole set and you get one run and then it's like 1,000% bonus or something and it just gives you that's obviously it wouldn't be 1,000 but like of some big bonus that
No,
gives you multiple extra whatevers that like
the
sure go for it.
1,000 support memory that doubles your link level rate. Boom.
Oh, that's insane. Holy shit, you just
Yeah.
tickled something in me. That's crazy.
Balls.
But imagine having to go rebuy that every single run. I don't know if would it even be faster. That's
It would
interesting.
not.
That's interesting.
Especially not on Dokkan Day. I mean, Dokkan Day you can't, but quests, yeah,
Oh,
no.
it wouldn't be,
It would be too
yeah.
boring.
Well, no. It wouldn't be faster on something like 38.7 where you're doing a 20-second run. Because then obviously it'd be quicker to just do two 20-second runs in a row than it would be to go to the barber shop every other run to buy the thing. But on like 39.3, it's already 2.5 minutes and then takes you 20 seconds to go to the barber shop and refill it. It probably would be faster there. And then 39.3 would be like literally the fastest link level stage in the game.
Hmm.
So that is interesting. Add it, Omatsu. Do it. You won't. Pussy. All right.
He won't.
Okay, what do we got next here? The Whis event skill orbs purchasable at high cost. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, add Whis event skill. Whis event droppable skill orbs to the shop. A high
It's a
price.
must. It's
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but if you're trying to complete a character set and you don't know how long it's gonna take and spend thousands of stones,
yeah. No, absolutely. This is going to incentivize players to actually play it because then now it's like okay, let's go with the most basic thing. Every equip is in there and they all cost 100. Just boom, flat out. There you go.
boom,
Sure. Now it
down,
takes
so
300 runs and you can max a character, guaranteed. And then in that 300 runs, you're also going to get some good stuff that you can use for other characters randomly, right?
boom.
But you're guaranteed that in 300 runs you're done and you can max a character. So yeah, I they need to add it. That's absolutely the biggest thing that the Whis
And
event was missing.
I would also say if they're too pussy to implement that, to at least yeah, another revamp, but like make Beerus rarer and make him actually drop like the best equips. Like
Yeah.
one of the
Right.
best equips.
Right.
Like at least a gold, like level 8 with stats, like silver, whatever.
Yeah. Didn't they say something about not revamping the Whis event?
They did say at the community fest, no, it was at the 11th anniversary JP meetup that they would not do any changes anytime soon.
Right. So I think like changes to the shop and the stuff that's available in there doesn't really feel like revamps. That doesn't feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it
that
is
doesn't.
not. It is
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
So I think that that's
they're not changing the
y-
actual event.
right. Exactly. Yeah. 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 It's not the event itself. So I think that it makes sense for them to be able to change things in the shop versus like actually modifying the way that the event rolls. Um,
It's what they're selling in the shop. I'm sorry, but
I mean, yeah, it's garbage, right? It's complete trash. Like,
yeah.
yeah. So,
And
eh,
also maybe if you can mention they could be removable.
oh, like
Maybe
EX.
switch them to EX, yeah. Would that be overkill, you think?
Um,
I don't know if it would be.
hmm. I mean,
'Cause, yeah, they're rare and you can once you apply, you cannot apply
y-
them to another character and you
s-
would switch them out, but still.
so okay, here's my take. I think they're done giving us EX skill orbs that aren't like an
Like good EX
exclusive. That
skills.
aren't no. They're not going to give us EX skill orbs that are infinitely obtainable. They're never going to do that again. That's my take. I think
Mm.
the reason why,
UOP?
uh, yes, if you consider a crafting system. What if you had the
Do you think
ability
that's
to infinitely farm EX equips and then also a crafting system that allows you to combine them together and make them better, and you can pull them on and off characters. So now you just need one set of them that you can apply to a team, and then you can just take them off that team and apply them to any other team in the game. You could like max out god equips on every character in a very short time span. So I think the fact that they're not giving those anymore and they're saving the EX skill orbs for like the category limited stuff and the ones where it's like, the that shitty skill orb event that we got that dropped ones for Goku's family and Vegeta's family, things like that,
Yep.
or like character exclusive ones. They're just saving it for that. And then all the ones that are going to be infinitely farmable now are not, I think, so that they can make a crafting system. And then in the
Mm.
crafting system, the only ones you'll be able to add are the ones that are not EX skill orbs. That's my theory. I think that that's coming in like a year or two or something. Because if that is what they decided, then they wouldn't be able to implement the crafting system right now because no one would have enough equips for it to matter, right? They need to wait a while for people to accumulate a lot of these equips that aren't EX, and then they could add it later. So we'll see what's
So
going on.
the god equips will be boosted, is what you're saying.
Potentially, yeah.
It will be like
Which,
combined god equips to get
but
full.
also, I'm sure there would be a limit, right?
Yeah.
There would be limits to these things. So it wouldn't be like, oh, combine, two gold level 8 and then level 4 stats, and then now you have like a level 16, level 8 stat. Like they're not going to do that, right? Maybe the limit would be 10-10. So it's like feed in
Maybe.
numbers that equal up to that, and then once it's at 10-10, it's maxed out. And if you feed in an 8 to an 8, it maxes out at 10, and you lose the extra, like something like
Watch
that,
them
you
make
know.
that RNG based, and you just waste skill orbs for nothing.
Ooh, don't manifest that. That's horrible. That would that sounds like up Dokkan's alley, but I hope not. I hope not. Um, okay, let's move on to the next thing here. So, talking about easy A's. So when a character easy A's, being able to change the hit potential builds for them, right? Because oftentimes they need different things, right? A character that once upon a time heavily relied on crit because they didn't really get much benefit from additional or dodge, and then after easy A, they basically have guaranteed crit built into their kit, and then now
Exactly.
their build just feels
We do it.
worthless. Yeah, exactly, right? And that was kind of the exact example I was alluding to. So yeah, that kind of thing feels very bad. I agree with this to an extent. I agree with the problem here. I just think the solution could be different. So the problem being like normally around the time of easy A or super easy A, but I think the fix should be that it just shouldn't cost 5 stones to change the hidden potential. Like that should never have been a thing. And a lot of people say bring back like the 1 stone change that we get during major celebrations, make that permanent. My take is that it should not cost stones at all. You already have to pay the hidden potential orbs to
Nice.
reapply the skill. You should just be able to do that infinitely, and it costs you the hidden potential orbs. As long as you have the potential orbs to do so, you
Ooh.
should just be able to change it. Um, Yeah, I don't know. And so what someone else said, shout outs this person. I don't even remember who it was specifically. It was in the whale chat in the DBC server. They said you should be able to use a Kai.
I think it was Discord.
No, that was not his idea. Someone
That
else
was not
said
his
that, and
idea.
then he parroted that one. That was not his
Yeah,
idea
that.
though. But yeah, I think that's a sick idea because you can already use an identical copy of the character, which is essentially an SA level, right? So then you should just be able to use a Kai to do that too. Um, so I think I want to add that in here because I don't think it's realistic that they would take away the cost entirely. If they're currently in the process of like it goes 5 stone to 1 stone to 5 stones to 1 stone, telling them to get rid of the stone cost entirely, they're going to roll their eyes at that. That's clearly not where they're going with this, right? Um, so as much as I would like for that to be a thing, I don't think it's realistic. But I think adding a Kai to it would be beneficial, like so that a Kai is also a resource that you can use to, um, do that. And that makes sense because Kais are still a paid resource, right? They still release those banners that you have to spend 50 Dragonstones on to earn Elder Kais. They still view Kais. I mean, it's still a limitedly available resource in game. It's not something you can infinitely grind, right? So I think that that's fair. Okay. Use Elder Kai to uh blank hidden potentials. What it will reassign hidden potential
Ooh.
skills? Reassign?
Is it the duplicate paths, I guess? Or
Well, no, because I'm not saying
oh,
like to open dupe paths. You still need an identical character to open dupe paths, but I'm talking about like when you have to
what are they
actually.
called? Like the skill orb,
Oh, well, they're
uh,
called nodes,
the skill, the skill nodes, I guess,
hidden potential skill nodes. Okay, sure, yeah, that works. Okay.
instead of
Um.
5 stones. Yeah.
Oh, this one's simple. This one's simple. Okay, I'm just gonna write this out. Add a visual on the face of a card when it is link level 10.
That would save me so much trouble.
Yeah.
Because
Um.
so we'd be link leveling on putting the phone on the side, link leveling, just and
Yeah. Yeah.
we barely even look at the power level boost. Sometimes just say +3 or 4K when you do it fast, and then you don't know which character it is. If they're link level 10, so you have to manually check each one.
Yeah.
Just knowing, looking at the character icon, and boom, they have the star, they have anything to show that they're link level 10. You can change them.
Yep.
It would be amazing.
Oh yeah. Like it already got a little bit better with the like power level leveling up thing because now when you're in between stages you can kind of run and look and see like if you got a any link level to go to level 10 because you would see the plus 1000 or whatever, but then you still have to check all your characters. Um, and honestly, going further than that, I would even say that it would make sense to show link levels earned as like on the results screen. In fact, I'm gonna add that too. Show link levels earned on the results screen. I'll say event. Um, That way you wouldn't have to check for which character actually got the link because you could just see it right there with your rewards while your game is sitting idly waiting for you to like hit attempt again. And then also this would extend even further than level 10 links because sometimes you're not looking to get your characters to level 10. Sometimes people just want to get their characters up high enough to like level 5s or 6, 7, something like that, you know? And the other thing, more importantly, is a lot of people try to get them to level 9 so that they can do the guaranteed link level event. So none of that stuff would apply for a link level 10, right? So I think it just makes sense for them to show us straight up which links got added during the run. Okay, let's see. When selecting a 220 leader, highlight all characters in the box receiving a full leader skill bonus instead of having to manually check for that stuff. Yeah, so in uh the
Basically, any
in-game,
characters that fulfill the full leader skill of the leader you've chosen on your team should be highlighted 200%, 220.
yeah.
For
Uh
example, you select Omega Shenron, any character who's on his 220, boom, highlighted. It could be a different color when they're only on the 170, for example.
right.
So yeah, also show characters that are on the leader skill. Just a little.
Okay, yeah. We'll leave it at that. I think that that's pretty simple and
Yeah.
concise for that one. Okay. Um. Okay, so we have this
This
one
one was
about
a
increasing
personal.
the rank cap. Yeah, feels a little charged. Okay, so increasing the rank cap to 2000 was great, but reaching the maximum rank should give immediate and meaningful rewards, such as an exclusive character, not only cosmetics. Okay, the only reason I'm not going to write this in here is because they touched on it in the earlier part of the survey. They have asked about
Yep.
this, so we got something even more meaningful than our own little scripted writing here. Is straight up being able to check off a bullet point that they already had in mind. So that could be good news for you. It seems like exclusive characters is something that they're thinking about for it. So, you might be a W for you. We'll see. Okay,
We'll
while
see.
banner units have been excelling recently, free to play characters, especially World Tournament LRs and Sub EZA, should generally be stronger and more useful in their specific game. Um, I don't. Okay, I guess I'm calling out your take because you did say that they've been excellent recently. So it almost seems like
Yes.
this is something you were previously complaining about, but then it's been good recently. So
No, while banner units have been excellent, the
oh,
free to
banner
play
units versus
characters.
free to play. Oh, so you're not a fan of the free to play characters. You don't think Majin Ku is good? You don't think the Tamagamis are good? You don't think
That's
that
anniversary free to play.
okay, you don't think that Bobbity Bobbity's Super ECA is good?
Yeah,
He's pretty good. I don't know.
he's too restricted. I'm sorry, bro.
But that's
He's
exactly what
way
you
too restricted.
said here. To be more useful in their specific game modes, right? Like the thing is they're
I
always
do
going.
understand. I mean, by the way, I kind of like miswritten specific game modes, mainly with the World Tournament, but like they should genuinely be more useful in events in general, and
Yeah.
specific game mode, meaning the World Tournament LR, which I might touch into later.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's fair. I don't know. I mean like okay, we
What
have the
EZAs,
here's the other thing is they don't really release free to play units the way that they used to, right? Like we get very very few world tournament or not world tournament, very very few like free to play releases nowadays. It's pretty sparse. It's only a couple per year. So that's one
Okay,
major
let
thing.
me rewrite that again. banner units, not the actual like the unit going with the Dokkan Festival, but units from banners, like summonable units, their sub EZAs are a lot of times very underwhelming.
Yeah. Yes. I
Would
mean,
make
I
them
agree with that.
stronger and more useful, especially the EZAs of the old ones. That's mainly what I'm talking about. The old units that still need EZAs, like sub EZAs, they need to be more, they need to be better.
Uh,
They're really good.
okay. What? Let's actually go to the wiki for this because before I put this take, like I'm trying to side with you here, but I just am like struggling to
Of course,
see.
free-to-play characters they release nowadays are very good, Anniversary and whatnot, but the characters that are awaiting EZAs, that are not super EZAs or Dokkan festivals, they're
Yeah.
mostly not that great.
So we're talking like banner unit EZAs, which they don't do too often anymore because the
Yeah,
ones,
summonables.
yeah, like summonable banner unit EZA. What did we get? Like okay,
Oh,
like Jiro in 19.
the
This is a sub
yep,
EZA,
very
but there
very
that
good
is
one.
very good, right? So that okay. Uh, this is world tournament stuff, so we'll exclude that for conversation. Um, okay, this Broly is kind of insane, right? He's really good. These are all world tournaments. These were good ECAs. These two, oh, I mean, GG's, bro. Like the last like 10 that
Oh,
we've gotten are
GDC?
all like busted. Yeah, the
Oh yeah, but that's
GDC banner
major
units.
celebration. Of course, it has to be busted.
But I'm saying everything that we've gotten since then has been good too, and the ones we got
I hope they
before.
continue.
The ones that we got before. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a fair take because it was something that we were struggling with in like 2024, right? But it seems like from 2025 onward, there maybe are already working on them. Because a lot of the most recent ones we've gotten are really good. Like this is the last example of kind of mid banner unit EZAs, right? At the
Yep.
time, they were decent for a
So I just
second.
hope they go.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll leave it off the survey because it seems like we're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they've realized the error of their
Benefit
ways
of
on
that.
that.
Yep.
Um. Yeah. But I mean, it is a fair take. I hope that they continue to make them good
However,
too.
the other part was the World Tournament LRs, which I think should be better on release, especially since you can't get them 79%, since the other World Tournament is around 2 to 3 months later. You can't even get their
Yeah.
full hidden potential until 6 months,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Um. I mean, they have an interesting system for this. It's that it's meant to be. At least this is the way I see it, and I know you're the world tournament guy here, so you can call
They're meant
bullshit
to
on
be
this if you
a
want to, but like they're meant to be collection. They're just meant to be
collection. Yeah.
like a cosmetic collection, fun reward character that you can show off that you have based on the way you did in the world tournament. And then when the unit is old as shit and it's getting its easy A and everyone's had years to acquire the unit so that it's fair for everyone, now they can make it busted.
Hmm.
So my take is that World Tournament Easy A's need to continue to be.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.
Is that fair?
But they would easy it like what, 3 years later?
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Why can't they be good now? At least you know what they should do, man? That'd be
What?
so hilarious.
What should they do?
They should make the new World Tournament unit like busted, but for World Tournament when they release, even at 69% or 55%. And once they're easy A, they're busted for events.
Okay. So then, wouldn't every character just have to be an AOE character?
Well, yeah.
Huh. I mean, it's interesting. The other thing is that I mean, that does make sense
It could be an
specifically for the
active skill
LRs,
AoE LR. It could be an active skill AoE LR. It could be the fast 12 key or 18 key AoE LR. We don't need
right?
much, you know?
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
once we get the fastest team, only like 3 to 4 characters,
Yeah.
and then boom.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I'm gonna say then I will meet you
It's
halfway.
it is
I'm gonna
easily
say
it's easily skippable. Like this is not what should be said on a survey for sure.
I mean, if you
I
don't
feel
feel
like
it's valid enough to include, we can leave it off.
Just say like make World Tournament LRs better on release.
Okay, fair enough. All right, make ours. All right. The battlefield currency should be distributed more generously. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. Surely they know this. Surely they know this, right?
They
Like
have to. They
they
have to drop a new Battlefield LR before everyone rainbows everything.
yeah, they
But
like
I think no one has rainbowed everything from the Battlefield shop.
I'm pretty sure that's impossible, yeah, especially with Garlic
Yeah.
Jr.'s release now. Um yeah, I don't think anyone
And it's
can.
like, especially newer players,
Right, there's no chance to
they
catch up
won't have
ever.
the currencies to make the new unit, like usable at its max potential,
Right. I think this is a fair take to put in
which is
here.
unfortunate.
Absolutely a fair take to put in here. If we think about burst mode. Actually, with this most recent burst coin release that we got at the end of the anniversary here, I just bought all the burst mode tracks because the new burst modes required you to get 8,000 points in order to earn all the missions, but there was still only 7,000 points worth of tracks to purchase that got added for them. And that happened twice during this anniversary celebration. And then we've also had what, two instances now of them adding like revamped burst modes that like you can get way more points in and stuff. So they did a good job with that, and now it's possible for a lot of players to catch up on burst coin currency. Look at what they did with the most recent Peton battle change, right? Where they made it a lot easier
Yep.
for players to be able to catch up on Peton battle collections. So I think that this is the next thing. This is the next focus, right? And I guess even going extending back further than that, look at the World Tournament. What they did with like the Satan signatures and the shop, making it easier for players to collect all the cards, right?
Yeah,
So
they've recently revamped a lot of the different game modes.
right. So yeah, I think this is totally something that is I think even without us saying it is already on the way, but it's important for them to know that like we are still itching for it. So we'll put that in here for sure. Um More Ultimate Clash currency. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of your little list here. Anything else that you uh
So that was
spawned
my
in?
list for in-game issues. I did also say management issues. I did have a little thing
Oh,
about that. It's not that
spicy, spicy. Okay, what's up?
important. So I was saying how the way they're addressing the 11th anniversary news is like their format of YouTube live stream sucks.
Does it? In what way?
I mean I do understand that they have to do two live streams. One where they reveal the character like a whole week early to do like an in-game like oh I mean like they invite people over like an actual event,
Yeah.
IRL event. However, I do think they should do more legends like where they should reveal the character, the animations, the banner unit kit and animations,
Oh, I see what you're
events
saying. I
and
see what you're
easy
saying.
A's
Mm.
all in one
Yeah, yeah,
big
yeah, yeah, yeah.
live stream
No,
a day or two before the anniversary.
I feel that because they have missed a lot of opportunities to like promote hype for the celebration, right? Like the 10th anniversary live stream, they did not show the banner unit. This is like the single biggest
Yeah.
thing is the banner unit for me because they did not show the Hercule that has an active skill where he turns into Vegito. Like, hello? Like that is the sickest thing ever. That would have been huge hype, right? And then for the 11th
Yeah.
anniversary, they didn't show Do. That would have been huge hype for that live stream. Absolutely. So, yeah, we can say um show off more during the uh celebration announcement live stream. Building excitement up front is important. Boom. Teaching them how to do their jobs, quite literally. Love that. Okay. No, honestly, that's a very good take. I'm glad that you brought that up. Okay. Now the part where I just had to kind of reel through my brain about anything. What do you hear me complaining about in game all the time? I feel like I don't really complain about Dokkan. That's why it's hard for me to do these days, because I know there's stuff that needs to be changes and it needs to be changed. But like, I did just make that whole video about Dokkan needs changes, and I ranted about a bunch of stuff.
I
A
do
lot of
remember
this,
about it, yeah.
right? Like a lot of this was included. Um, and I know that there was a lot of other stuff in there too. But I feel like a lot of it is very niche, not like super needed. Like they're gonna get 1,000 people in here saying like we need a summon skip button and whatever. Like like the whole thing about like having a toggle for being able to turn on and off licensed music when that's available. That only affects content creators, right? That's not relevant for like 99.9% of the player base. Um,
Yep.
yeah,
And that's
I don't
probably
know.
the changes they'll actually do.
You're right, because the truth will yell
I do
about it.
see a summon
Like,
skip button soon.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not like the one thing I want them to change right away.
right, like it's just in my opinion not like really needed thing. But um yeah, I don't know. I feel like we hit a lot of major points. I don't think that there's anything else that's like
I guess
dire, major, insane. Oh, what about power level? What about things related to power level? We haven't really talked about power level here. Um
there's one more thing I would say in game.
yeah, what?
I don't is you could see your defense as well as your attack when you do super
Oh,
attack.
absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Display the defense stat underneath the attack stat during super
Because you
attack
don't know how much defense you had
duration.
like per
Yes.
super you've
Yes.
done.
No, that is huge. That is such a good one. I'm
You
glad
can
that we didn't
actually
move on without.
see how
Yeah.
much defense you're getting per stack. That would be so much more fun.
Yeah. No,
I have to check the characters as well.
that is absolutely a good shout for sure.
Oh, so
Um yeah, that's huge. Okay. So power level.
yeah.
Um I are okay, I'm just going to say add uh more power level bonuses.
Mhm. True. I feel like 3 million nowadays, 2026 with Dokkan days. I feel like most of the
Yep.
Dokkan players would have achieved it.
Exactly. The same way that they're acknowledging they've given us a good place to, grind rank, and they've given us higher ranks to achieve for that, then okay, you've given us good places to grind the power level. Let's get some more rewards for doing so, right? Um, yeah, that's absolutely needed. Especially looking at the fact that like my secondary account, my JP account, that I've had it for a couple of years now, but I don't play it super consistently. Like I'll grind it all day every day for a while, and then I'll put it away for months and stuff. And I just got it to 3 million specifically because I play Dokkan Day a lot, right? So like it's not the hardest task these days
Yeah.
to get your account
Plus
to 3 million.
the with the rank update, the power level update, also
Yeah,
I got a
exactly.
big boost from that.
Yep. Exactly, right? We all got a really big boost from that. So that definitely helps out a lot too. Having the additional ways to earn power level. And I think, and honestly, that's the other thing I want to put in here is like add more ways to earn power level, right? Like I,
Yep. You
there's,
really want to.
yeah, exactly. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you
Titles,
want.
I guess, or easy ace.
Yeah, like titles and easy A's are the biggest two. Um, But like honestly, I don't care what they do. Just do whatever. Just
Mm.
add more. Just make it so that keep adding more until every time you click a button in game, you're earning power level. Like hell yeah, just make it constant, right? For SA10s, for they already have it for Dokkan Awakenings and for the Hidden Potential. Make it for maxing out characters that
Oh,
way, right?
true.
Um, add power level for each unique character that you've collected. Every time you get a new character that wasn't in your box already, boom, power level. Like,
Also, it
just
will incite people to max out their box space. Maybe
yeah,
also like skill orbs put, max
yeah,
super attack. You're
exactly.
right.
Skill orbs applied. Yeah, exactly. Everything. Just fuck it.
It's
Like
like
power level all over.
do you know a little bit about Grand Cross and their power level metric?
I have no clue about that. Inform me.
No clue. It's way better than Dokkan in my opinion because it takes into account more like new characters. Once you get a new character, boom, you can max them out, and that's way more power level than just
Right, right.
playing the character more. They get cosmetics, which could be like the skill orbs. Just I guess
Yeah.
maxing that character out in your box
Right. Okay.
to
So
get
so
you more power level.
that's similar to like the Legends power level system, somewhat.
Yeah,
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. But yeah.
because I'll never understand how it costs because you get like 7,000 power level just by playing the character and just rainbowing max super attack,
Yeah, you get a
applying
whopping
skill.
like
You get a
less
whopping
than a
like
thousand for
300.
all of the rest of it. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
definitely. It's ass backwards. And the real problem with the system now is that they've gone so deep that like there's no way they can
you
completely
can only
revamp and
add.
rehaul it.
Yeah,
They can only add. Exactly. Because if they were to rebalance it and make it so that link levels don't give you as much power level and then people's power levels shoot down because of that, like they could never do that. They just could never do that. Um that would be an absolute disaster. So,
it'd be down. It could be. Do you think they should add power level per like any stage cleared? Like quest, you get power level, boom.
no,
Clear
yeah,
quest stage,
absolutely. Like I think
boom,
just
one power level or whatever.
no, exactly. Like you're to 1 or 10 or something, right? Like every time you clear a stage for the unique clears like what we have now, cool, keep that so that when you beat a challenge content for the very first time, now you get power level, but then anytime you play a stage uh in parentheses the small fine print italics that costs stamina, then you earn power level. Because obviously
Yep,
you can't allow people to like
that cost
infinitely
stamina.
farm and then power level will be free, right? So it has to at least cost stamina. Which I've heard people mention that like, okay, what would be the difference? Would it be based on the stamina cost of the stage? Because you could just go play, quest stage 1-1 on the lowest difficulty, and it would what does that cost? Like 3 stamina to run or something, and then you could earn the same amount of power level as if you're running like the Whis event for 40 stamina a piece. So
Yeah,
yeah, like I'm not sure how they would balance that, but I think it's a good idea. At the very least, like just again, every time you do anything in game, you should be earning power level. That way, the people that spend the most amount of time in game, spending the most amount of resources in the game, are going to have the highest power levels. That makes the sense. That just makes good sense. So, um, okay. Is there anything else? I feel like
I
that's
feel like
kind
once
of
we'll be done, we'll have all the ideas back in our heads.
no, exactly right. Like I'm
We'll,
sure
we'll,
we'll
I, we'll always find new stuff. Yeah.
yeah, well, there's always going to be more, right? But I feel pretty happy with this list. I think that we've um gotten a lot of good things. Oh, you know what? Let's add a fun one in here so that it's not so much stress for their game development and design stuff. Let's say this. Um, add animated wallpapers and
Or add
titles.
custom wallpapers. Like we could put our own camera roll images.
I feel like they would never do that. I just feel like they would never
No.
do that. I think it's a funny idea, but like, I because okay, here's the thing. If something exists in their game, they're technically promoting it, right? So like how does it look for Dokkan Battle if the Truth DT takes a screenshot of his butthole and then makes it his background and then just broadcasts that to the entire Dokkan community? You know
No
what I
one
mean?
would
In
rock
game.
any Dokkan wallpaper. Yeah.
Like I just saying, like yeah, exactly. No one would ever do it. It would just be memes across everything. It would I think diminish some of the value of the IP in the way that it's related to the game. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they would do it. I
No.
love the idea and I want it personally because I think I have some cool ideas of ways I could use it, but they would never do it.
Oh, I have one more.
Okay, what
It's
you
a
got?
pretty. The profile image can be any face of any character.
Oh yeah, true, true. Okay, this is definitely nudging them in the right direction. I feel like they have
It can be transformation, the other tag units.
right, right. Okay.
Is yeah,
So let's see.
yeah, pretty
Display.
relaxed one.
Yeah, yeah. Display. Um, I guess
It's the favorite character. Yeah.
any awakened, any awakening state
Mhm.
of a character
Or transformation or tag switch.
as character. That does that make sense?
Yeah, just any version of any character.
I'll say
Just
yeah. Transformation. Oh, it's bugging out on me. Transformations tag. Every time I hit space, it like the display goes back to like, why are you typing so much? I'm trying to format properly for make it nice. Okay. Oh, yes. Um. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think this is probably a good spot to call it. We're peaking on an hour and a half here, so we've got a good a good lengthy bit. But yeah, we put a few friendly ones at the end, so that the intern reading through all this stuff, his blood can like stop boiling, so he doesn't put a gun in his mouth at the end of the day. Um. What
yep.
do you think? Any final thoughts before we wrap up the video here? I'm
How many
assuming this is the end of it.
characters?
We
Mm,
we still have 3,800 left. We
yeah,
started with
I had I think
5,000.
1,300 left when I was done. Yeah, quite a
1,300?
bit
Eesh. Well, I am
left.
also
Yeah.
being very concise with my wording here. I'm not using like full
Mm,
sentences and stuff. So
I had 300 left. My fault.
you had 300 left.
Yeah, I used 4,700 characters because I did full sentences. I really wanted to express my feelings.
Yeah, of course, of course. I mean, that's why they give you the space. And
Feel
again,
me?
chat, that's a good that's a really good point for those of you that think they don't read these. If they don't read it, why would they give us 5,000 characters to write? They want to hear what you have to
Yeah, on
say.
the JP, I did do the bullet points, however.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it a bug, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, ah,
Can't
poor
be
guys,
bothered. Can't be bothered. Yep, of course, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, chat. Go ahead and make sure you get your player surveys taken care of. Let me know in the comments below any of the stressors that you are dealing with in game that you want to see change. What did you write on your player survey that we didn't think of here? What have you been screaming at us to write for the last 45 minutes? That we just never thought of. And apologies for not thinking of it. We are only two men. We can't do it all. All right, but yeah, I think we're good here. Yeah, does it look good to you? Good list. What do you think,
It
Cozy?
looks perfect. I think we tackled the most important.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. All right, well, we are gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. That is gonna do it for this. Oh, wait, hold on, hold on, hold on. The
Hold
most
on.
important part.
Last minute.
1 second, 1 second.
The
Hello.
7 stones.
I need my dragon stones. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my
Oh,
god.
no way. Look
However,
at
I
my
do have
stone.
to say, if you're watching this video and you didn't do the survey, it's not because, oh my god, there's 7 stones, that you just skip through the survey and don't write. Please write the issues. It's important.
Yes, absolutely. Tell them what is up.
Every
They listen
account
to these things.
counts.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
Power in numbers.
it's just
Power in
seven
numbers.
stones, okay?
Yeah, of course.
You
Take a
can't
few
do
minutes.
multi. Yeah.
Yes, yes, of course. And peep the stone count even. There we go. We love to see it. All right. Um
Ooh.
yes. Yes.
And
All right. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and end it right here. But thank you guys so much for joining us and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
bye bye.